So, today we're going to do a spicy Thai-inspired basil chicken. Portions should be for people-ish, but we'll also find that out as we go. We have 1 cup of rice, which we'll obviously add water to. 4 chicken breasts, it's a very meaty meal. 2 spicy pepperonis, 2, I think they're the jalapenos?
Habaneros.
Habaneros. 1 yellow paprika, take whatever you want. You don't even really need this, but for the extra sweetness, we're gonna use around 6-7 cloves of garlic, so a bunch of that. 1 red onion or some shallots, and finally a bunch of basil leaves, which we'll come to later.
Okay, so now we're done with preparation basically. So we have our onions / small shallots or whatever they are, and we have hacked our meat.
You could obviously buy grind chicken already, but the quality is just not going to be the same. So I really recommend you buy your own chicken breasts or skin and second side or whatnot and hack it yourself. Okay. If you have a butcher's knife, this is the moment to rock it out.
So now we have our garlic and our peppers and habaneros, and finally our paprika and of course our rice.
So now we're going to move on to the sauce / glaze. First ingredient is oyster sauce. We want around 2 tablespoons of that, assuming
it comes out. That's much thicker than we imagined it to be.
In before a splash. Not like the one thing I'm waiting for. Whoop, yeah. Okay, I guess we'll have to dry at the top. But yeah, that should be around 2. A tiny bit more than that of soy sauce, so 2.5. 1. And it's a healthy one. A little bit more. We want a little bit of sugar. I'm going to go with around 3 teaspoons here. White sugar would also work. Coconut sugar would maybe be the best even. That has more of an Asiatic flavor.
But you don't like coconut, so. And
I really don't see the point in buying coconut sugar for 1 meal. And last but not least, we're going to add a little bit of water, around 2/3 of a cup. Chicken broth would be optimal, but I just don't feel like opening a cup of chicken broth when we're going to leave in around a day. We're going to stir that together, and we're ready to move on to the cooking.
So you want to make sure your pan is on very high heat, as high as you can get it. Then you put in a bunch of vegetable oil, put in your ground chicken, and we're going to fry that for just 2, maybe 3 minutes. Get it, it's very small pieces, so there's not much to be done. But we want to fry that first. And if you're a bit luckier than me, you manage to get a bit of caramelization at the bottom too. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And then when it looks something like this, so there's about 2-3 minutes in, you can add the red onions / shallots, the peppers and the garlic, and also the bell pepper, which is coming in right now. And then we're going to give that a nice stir. If at some point yours becomes pretty watery, that happened to ours too. It shouldn't normally happen, but don't worry, you can just let the water or whatever comes out, the juices of the vegetables and even of the chicken, evaporate over time. Same goes if your sauce or glaze is maybe a little bit too watery, which was maybe also the case with ours. It really doesn't matter. So after giving that another minute or 2, or maybe even 3-4, we're going to add the glaze. Reduce the heat a bit, somewhere between adding the vegetables and now. And we're not adding all the sauce yet. You probably would give a pretty similar result, but I figured adding a little bit first allows that, because since we have some sugar in there, to caramelize first and so on, before we add the rest towards the very end. Well, not actually quite the very end, considering how much we added. But normally you would want this to be over pretty damn quickly. But as you can see, we have quite a lot of water in here, like I already mentioned earlier. So it's going to take us a little bit to get that out and evaporate that. But it really doesn't matter much. And once you get a consistency like that, you are pretty much good to go. And I mean, doesn't that just look delicious already just by the coloring? But of course, we are not completely done yet.
Okay, so now that we're done frying it, we move the pan off the heat immediately, and then we add in our freshly chopped basil leaves. Of course, if you get Thai basil leaves, that's even better, but here we have just regular old basil leaves, and that should work just as fine. So just drop them in there, and then stir them in. Nice.
Chichimi.
And that looks beautiful.
And it is ready to be served.